Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. Okay, so bear with me on this. I've got a person coming through and I already feel a type of way about this person. I already feel exhausted because as they were coming through at first, they seemed really genuine. Everything seemed above board. They seemed honest and reflective and mature, and like they wanted to own up to the way that they had been in the past and the way that they had treated you. So it was coming through kind of like part confessional, but then it felt kind of really tender that they had emotions here that they wanted to express or confirm. And if I'm being honest, as I was kind of channeling this message and exploring into it, I feel like this message has come through a lot on the channel recently, and I wasn't really getting anything new. I was like, okay, I think I have received this message before. I do think that I've, passed along this message. Like, do you have anything else that you want to add? Like, where are we going with this, And the message just kind of started to repeat, but it started to repeat in this weird kind of way that like piqued on my attention. It felt like just like recycled, or like a parrot, just like repeating the same things. And that it was more about like certain buzzwords, I don't know if it's like therapy speak or just like, like guilt, I feel guilt, I feel remorse. And there was like maybe a certain pattern that this person had kind of learned, and it started to feel disingenuous to me, but I didn't want to like cut this person off or like invalidate it. So I kept exploring the energy, but like from that perspective. And I started to pull some cards here to try to figure out exactly what was going on. And here is actually where I want to pick up the reading because the energy started to kind of shift a bit. So first I had guidance and avoidance. I feel like you were actually guided away from this person. I feel like spirit did that. And I think that it is for all the reasons that this person was sort of saying in the beginning, because they came through and they gave me this word childish. And I think when you think back in the past, like you think of this person as having been very childish, and they kind of stuck to their comfort zone in a certain way, but it's like patterns and behaviors that were childish or immature. And I feel like this person could have been like testing or analyzing you. And it may have had to do with like they were partying or they were distracted. They kept you waiting in some kind of way. They were entertaining other options. And I actually am getting a clear energy here that this person was like Netflix and chill, like messing with somebody else or like sneaking around. And spirit wanted you to like be able to clear your mind and clear your heart and move away from this toxic love situation and to kind of notice the patterns and possibly even to notice the addictions. Like in yourself, maybe being addicted to like the hormonal roller coaster that this person brings out in you, even if it's the hormonal roller coaster of like this, a dramatic kind of love of everything kind of, it's so intense, right? Like everything falls apart, but then, it falls back together. And you can get addicted to like, those hormones kind of, coming through, and spirit wanted you to kind of like focus on you and focus on loving you, possibly even be celibate for a while. For some of you, I feel like you could have been called down that journey. And just to notice like the signs that something is not quite right. And that's funny because I feel like that kind of mirrors me in this situation, like noticing the signs here that something is not quite right. And so I feel like this person is kind of coming back around is what I'm getting. There's this like round and round energy that's coming through here. And you would know how that applies to your situation because it's kind of like you get nowhere with this person. And it could be because this is like a makeup and breakup situation. I know in ABUSE situations, I think on average, usually the woman is the one who's trying to leave that situation, but usually it's like 9 times, like leaves like 9 times. So these relationships, you get in them and then you get out of them, and it becomes this cycle where it seems like everything's going to be okay for a while and then it's not. Or it even could be conversationally though, where the conversations, it feels like you're not getting anywhere with this person. That's what it felt like. It seemed like it was a vulnerable conversation, but the conversation just was actually, even though it kind of wore a mask of emotionality or vulnerability or honesty, it just sat on the surface. Because usually when you're using those words and you're actually using them, you're going to go deeper and deeper, and you're actually going to get to some kind of pay dirt or confession, like a real confession, like some kind of release energy. And that just wasn't coming through. And it also felt like this person wasn't really, capable of that. So I got another card out here, and it's the manipulation card. And I'm getting, yeah, like, is this some kind of like manipulation? And the picture on this card is there's a man and a woman in a car. It's like zoomed in on them, and it's clearly the woman's car. Like, she's driving, right? That's her stuff. She's in control. She's driving the car where she wants to go. And the man is in a suit. She's like wearing regular clothes, and he's in a suit sitting next to her, putting his hand on the wheel, trying to like kind of, he's smiling and he's saying, trust me. And like his hand is kind of trying to pull the car where he wants it to go. And he's got a slimy look on his face, like a twinkle in his eye, and just like a slimy look of like, oh, I'm about to get mine, kind of a thing. And so I feel like what this is saying to me is that I feel like you maybe have something for yourself. And maybe it's a car, maybe it's an actual literal car, but it just seems like the word responsible is coming through, because I feel like there's a incompatibility here. There's like a difference. And like I said, this person was giving me the word childish, but I feel like it's something kind of different. Like, I feel like you had to step up and be responsible. Maybe you felt like this person was never responsible, like you were always like paying bills, but this person didn't feel like they needed to pay bills or something like that. So you have like one step, two step, like in that Pentacles kind of Knight of Pentacles energy, started to kind of get yourself into a better position, and you've got some kind of stability here. And it seems like maybe your life is headed in a positive direction. And this person wants to like commandeer that, is what I'm getting. They want to take the stuff that you worked for, or the position, whatever position you have in your life, and like push it down their own road. And I feel like this is a bumpy road because the Inferno card came out. Desperation. Yeah. So I feel like maybe there's some desperation here on this person's side, but also, yeah, self-sabotage, life in flames, breaking point. And maybe this person is at a breaking point because of their childish behavior, but they want to take you down this like road. And it feels like it's a road of like broken mirrors, of triggers and of lessons and of turmoil and mixed signals, and maybe even where this person's kind of like cold and detached, but under the guise of like getting back together, having a second chance. Or maybe it's because this person, if this is like a true like narc for some of you, they devalue, discard, and then they hoover, right? Like back to you. But then as they're discarding one person, they jump over to another person. And that's where they'll hoover another person, and they'll go through that cycle. And then when they start to get kind of found out, or they're not able to milk somebody for everything they want to milk them for, that's when they devalue and discard that person. And then they want to come hoover another person, and then eventually they'll work their way back to you. So for some of you, maybe that's a situation here. But yeah, it's just giving this like disingenuous kind of like I kind of feel like they're trying to hide behind love, or like they're hiding behind unconditional love. But I think what they want is maybe like material things. They want to tell you that they're actually committed this time. Unemployed just came out. So they could be unemployed. I think there's like an echo of the past here, or like them not having enough money, or them not having a lot of money, or even like as much money as you. Cosmic nudges. Yeah, you might be getting some kind of cosmic nudges, or some kind of like intuitive hit. Look, toxic environment and mind games. So it's making me wonder, like, has this person really changed? But peaceful vibes just came out for you. So I feel like you have like peaceful vibes, or that's what you want, is some kind of peaceful vibes. Yeah. And then pop up. I feel like maybe this person is like wanting to pop up on you, or they're wanting to say that they're really committed this time. So, they have a lot here that they wanted to say, and I'll just briefly, like, they basically wanted to say like, I want to come clean, I feel really guilty. And yeah, you caught me out like in some kind of third party situation. But I actually think now, like, I feel like I kind of caught this person out. So that's when I grabbed a different deck, and that's when I wanted to start recording this. And I'm like, no, I think I will actually bring this message through. And I was like, okay, so why is this person desperate? Why are they coming through? Why are they trying to like manipulate this person? Like whoever they're trying to get a message across to, why are they trying to manipulate you using this like soft, like, I'm sorry, love kind of language? And as soon as I started shuffling, the 7 of Wands came out, which is a very defensive card, and then the Queen of Swords. And so I feel like this is you, but I feel like as soon as I kind of switched into that energy, that's also me, where it's like, no, I'm kind of looking at this like, no, that doesn't really make sense. Actually, no, that doesn't really add up. And so now I'm starting to ask questions and I'm starting to kind of drill down. And I'm not just kind of taking this as, oh, that's really sweet. Like that's everything that I wanted to hear. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's maybe where you are, or that's what this person is saying. Look, I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to get a message through because this person is kind of like caught on to me and they notice some kind of like details here. But also, I feel like this person is in some kind of inferno energy of their own making, because it does feel like this person self-sabotages, not necessarily on purpose. I just think that the way that they operate through life is very self-centered, and it's also very short-sighted, childish. I feel like you would use this as like, that's what you would say. It's like, it's childish. This person doesn't have like a long-term plan. Like, it's like, that you're going to need food, water, and shelter into the long term. Like, what's your plan? Kind of in regards of that. I don't know. So there's like a push-pull dynamic. And I feel like it is kind of that like power struggle. This person in a weird way is like controlling. I feel like they might feel very unbalanced. They got like a lot of pride and ego. And I feel like there's something here that they might not be wanting you to see. And this is actually where I stopped drawing cards and I wanted to like start recording. So I have the death card at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like they're very defensive about some kind of an ending. So for some of you, I feel like you actually could have held up your sword, some kind of sword of truth, where you said like, look, I have this truth about you. I've seen this, I've seen that, but it's like specific things that you have like receipts. And it might literally be receipts for some of you where you're like, no, this doesn't add up. And so like, I feel like this person is wanting to cling to this cycle, and the cycle might be you being open to going around and around in a cycle. Or, oh my gosh, there was a phrase that I heard about on the internet, on the TikTok, when somebody was, talking about this guy who was like surprised by his wife wanting a divorce. And there was a couple that they were best friends with. The wife was really good friends with the wife, and the husband was really good friends with the husband. And so the husband came back to the other couple that wasn't getting a divorce. The husband came back and said, oh yeah, like so-and-so said that they're getting a divorce. And he was like totally blindsided. And the wife was like, I don't know why he would be blindsided. I saw it coming forever. I find it hard to believe that, I would know that things have been really hard and needing to change for a while. And he had no idea. And so the husband like actually went to get drinks with him or something like later as like some emotional support. I think that's why he had texted him in the first place or something. And so then when he came back, he said to the wife, he's like, yeah, he said that he did like kind of had a clue that like things were not great, but he thought it was a tolerable level of permanent unhappiness, a tolerable level of permanent unhappiness. So, but I actually think that there's some behaviors here. Like this isn't just like drone mundane. This is like, this person is, I think, cheating or there's like employment issues where this person is not responsible and they don't take care of like their own side of things. Like they don't take care of business. They offer you something that's kind of really small. But I also feel like there's comparative energy here. So for some of you, I think maybe you got away from this person, but you look good. Like you look like your situation's really nice, or that you're doing really well for yourself. Because again, I'm seeing you in the car, and the car, you can drive away from this person. So like you started driving away from this person and you started like doing well. Well, they're kind of comparing what you have versus like what they have, or what they chose over you or like settled for. And they're thinking that they might want to get in on that. But as I'm looking at this comparison card, it says excuses for not acknowledging our differences held us back. Bridging the gap starts with honesty about what sets us apart. And I feel like that's what this person can't do, because I think that's what they're feigning is this type of honesty. But I feel like honesty of what sets you apart is that you have your stuff together. Or even if you're not perfect at it, it's like you are responsible, or like, I can tell that that's not exactly the right word to use, but I don't know what is. But it's like you have your stuff together. And this person just doesn't. And this person brings I feel like they bring a lot of chaos into your life in some capacity, maybe financially, maybe in regards of a third party. So everything, you work really hard to build stuff up, and then this person just blows it up, But as I started calling this person out, okay, so under the death card, we have the King of Wands. And to me, a lot of times the King of Wands can indicate some kind of plan that is like actually a complete plan, because of like the salamanders that like actually form a complete circle, like that's just what that says to me. So I feel like it was the death of some kind of plan when you block this person, and maybe they have found a way to get around that block in some way to kind of spy on you. And they feel that they have some kind of superior knowledge here because of getting around that. So I don't know if they are like logging into a friend's account or, oh, because I gave that example of like the couple, like the couple friends, maybe somebody here told this person, I don't know, maybe what you had said. I don't think that they meant to like hurt you. It also could be tarot, where this person is like maybe using tarot or something. And so they feel like they have some kind of information that they could use to their benefit to kind of like scheme around because there's some kind of, they think that it's some kind of cloaking energy. Like, so they think that they're hidden, but they think they have some kind of advantage. There's something here that they're hiding that makes them think that they have an advantage here. And so King of Swords and the Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, I think this person's just trying to revive some kind of cycle, or they're trying to come back in through understanding the past. Okay, for some of you, it could even be like a therapist with the King of Swords, because I get like somebody very, educated that's helping them look at the past here. And maybe what changed in the past, because Six of Cups for me is Sun in Scorpio, which is like highlighting what's hidden or buried or traumatizing or something. So it feels like maybe this is a person who is like using, like they might be in therapy for themselves, kind of talking about your relationship, like, oh, it ended and I'm so sad. And like their therapist could even be kind of helping them understand like the dynamics. And so they're trying to craft how they can come back with like the perfect Ace of Pentacles, like the perfect, like new beginning, but they're feeling like they have to wait. And there's also lacking here because I feel like this person is trying to appear mature, but really they're in some kind of state of lack. And I think for some of you, it's like actually money, where this person is, they want you for your stuff, for your car, for your apartment, for like a little bit of money here. Let me just see, like, why is this person doing this? Why are they... The Sun. Okay, they could be angry. I'm getting kind of like an angry energy. And it could have to do like with the fact that you're happy and that you are moving on here. There also could be another person around them, a woman, maybe it's a mom, mother figure. That person, it could be upset about you. And I don't know. I feel like this person is still in some kind of third-party situation. Look, I just looked at the guilt card again. Stress, anxiety, ashamed, and remorseful. I mean, I feel like this person wants to move forward quickly. I would really watch the timeline with this. Like, move slow. One of the best things that you can do to protect yourself in modern dating is just to move slower so that the information is coming in at a pace that you can actually digest it. What is this person's plan? Oh, right place, right time. So maybe they want to be in the right place at the right time. Ace of Swords, maybe to tell some kind of truth, some kind of shocking truth. They want to really like dazzle you here in some way. Or it could be waiting for the right time to have some kind of an argument, but this might be a passionate argument. This person kind of plays games. I feel like you already know that. So it could be some kind of passionate argument where you guys can argue. Ace of Swords, where they can like, what is this though? The Tower. Yeah, I don't know. This person, it feels like they're waiting to make their move. Wheel of Fortune. I just can't shake the fact that I feel like this person wants money. And they're maybe waiting for the right time. And because it feels like a Tower moment, in the Tower card, there's like the King and Queen that get flung out. It's like a relationship, but I kind of feel like that's you. So it feels like whoever's coming through in this reading is coming across very self-absorbed. They're coming across like they use people. And I feel like maybe they want to position it like they're rescuing you. But this person is a page next to you. So I feel like they're trying to... Oh, okay. They're trying to make it seem like they're the higher cup in some way. But that it was all serendipitous and not controlled and a strategy and maybe, yeah, they're waiting to send some kind of message, or they're waiting for some kind of trip, or they're maybe to seem like they're alone and that they're wise. Yeah. And that they've like cleared the air. What's the right time as far as this person is concerned? Okay, so 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. It could be like they're watching you work or something, and so they're waiting for like an interruption in that. It could have something here to do with a trip. Maybe you're going on a vacation or something here, like relative to your work. In order to bring some kind of, Page of Cups energy, maybe an apology, or again, just some kind of lighthearted, kind of like fun energy. So maybe they know that you've been working really, really hard. And so like they want to wait for that moment when, I don't know, it feels like there's some strategy here. And they feel like you're out of their league. So how will you be able to tell here? Anxiety. So I just heard anxiety. Somebody's watching me. So maybe this person's like watching you, or they might also say that they feel anxious. They might ask for your help in some kind of way. Maybe that's how they'll clear the air. They want to say like, look, I feel so trapped, or I feel like anxious, or I feel nervous. I'm confused about something to do with their routine or something like that. I don't know. Or you might feel nervous or anxious, and that's just something for you to pay attention to. Yeah, and that would be relative to this Ace of Pentacles, this thing that they've been wanting to bring in. So I think I'm going to leave that there. But, okay, well, actually, the gambling card is at the bottom of the deck, and I just want to read what it says here. Even if you proceed with your uncertain plans, I'll always care about you, but I'm worried these risks might drive us apart. Let's find a secure path together. So I think that's Spirit, because I was kind of here at the end, I was kind of asking Spirit for like some kind of guidance. And I feel like that's what that is. So Spirit saying, look, this is a gamble. It's going to feel like you're kind of gambling here. And Spirit, I think, is the one saying like, even if you proceed with your uncertain plans, I'll always care about you. But I'm worried that these risks might drive us apart. So Spirit might even be worried that these risks are going to pull you off your spiritual path, or like lessen your ability to hear Spirit's voice. But I think that Spirit is saying this is not a secure path, and Spirit, I think, is wanting to work with you. Let us find a secure path together. Yeah. One more here. So it says, I realize now how foolish I was to treat you as a mere distraction. Our connection deserved more respect, but I let myself and others treat it as insignificant. I feel like that's what this person is going to say, but it feels like that's just a manipulation. And you might regret it, getting involved with this person. But I'm not trying to induce some kind of paranoia. So if this message isn't for you, is there... Okay, I just asked, like, is there anything here? So it's the Two of Cups came out. Yeah. Okay, so if it's not for you... There's a Two of Cups energy. Okay. So I feel like that's tangible. It's like two people that are in each other's lives, like physically in each other's lives. Even in this Two of Cups card, like there's a man here who is like looking at the victory wreath on the woman's head. But again, it's like this Two of Cups energy. The Three of Cups is in the background of people kind of like looking at that. So I feel like maybe this person is choosing you. They're not playing with other people here. Yeah. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. Coming through here. Yeah. And the sun, like, so some kind of happiness or some kind of clarity here. It all feels like much more grounded and much more tangible and like kind of not at a distance. And I think Spirit, whoever this person is that's trying to come back around, Spirit's trying to keep you guys separate for now. I actually do feel like this could be a soul mate connection, because I do actually think that this person has feelings for you, but they're manipulative because they're desperate. And because they're stuck in like toxic patterns that are fueled by their own self-absorption and a lack of empathy and being very stubborn. And so I think Spirit is needing you guys to go your own separate way, because I'm getting that there's a soul contract here, and Spirit is echoing like this right time, right place. But Spirit is saying like, trust me, you were guided to avoid this person. You were guided in some way where there was like red flags or something kind of came up. And that was very much on purpose, because this person is, I just heard they're like twerking out, twerking out, like not tweaking out, twerking out. This person is somewhere alone in a room just twerking their brains out. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, like I feel like it is needed, right time and right place, but that doesn't mean that you just like have no agency in the situation and that you're just kind of a slave to like let this happen. It's like I think spirit is actually encouraging you, because again, I'm looking down at this Queen of Swords, to be in your Queen of Swords energy and to notice what you're noticing. And I do think actually this person is thinking of you. It says nostalgia, missing you, grieving you, fixated on you, manifesting a reunion. I feel like that is kind of, they're in that mode. And then yeah, message just came out, apology, meeting up, heart to heart conversations. But they're still sneaking around with somebody else potentially here. Yeah. So they need to kind of, they need to feel that, but it's mixed around with like this kind of desperation. And so it is there, but this person's not able to act from the like purity of their love feelings for you, because there's this other thing here, and it's going to, I think, end up hurting you. And, this person's going to feel like they got what they want, but yeah, real love, real deal. Yeah, I mean, this person does look at you as like a soulmate, as a safe love, but I'm not sure that they're very safe. They feel like you guys have unfinished business between the two of you. And I think they are wanting something here, and they are snooping. I don't know. I just feel, yeah, but they're also secretive. They're sneaky, dishonest, mysterious, and hiding information. And they need to figure out how to navigate their life in a more honest way. And also, like, they're so needy towards your energy. This person has like, I don't know what their situation is, but there's some kind of desperation to it. And they're trying to use you. And that's like the primary thing here. There's a neediness, and they can't really see past their neediness. I do actually think that there's love here, but they can't get to that love until they work through their own, why they use people. And they use people because they're irresponsible and they're childish. Like it goes back and back and back to like the root, and the root is within them. Like why their relationships fail with this person, it's like within them, you know? So, and what this person has to offer you is very small. And it's still going to feel like a push-pull dynamic and some kind of controlling dynamic. So Spirit will always love you. I just heard Spirit is like, I love you. I love you either way. Like I'll always love you. I just heard that. Okay. So that's what I have for you. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.